Spokane Public Schools gearing up for a major vote in just a matter of hours. What it would pay for if it passes, and the impact if it doesn't.
Our soggy, cool weather trend sticks around, but we do catch a little bit of a break tomorrow with maybe even a peak of sunshine.
Also tonight, we are learning new details about the death of 2 people at a Lincoln Heights apartment complex. What police are telling us about the shooting and stabbing. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Just into our newsroom, tomorrow morning, Brian Kohberger is expected back in court for a pretrial hearing. He is the person suspected of killing 4 University of Idaho students back in 2022. According to court documents, after tomorrow's pretrial, the next court date is set for July 30th. That is when jury selection is expected to start. Kohberger's trial will then start on August 11th. In the next hour, the Spokane School Board will be voting on whether to put a bond measure on the November ballot. It's in connection with the Together Spokane initiative with Spokane Parks and Rec to create and offer more opportunities and facilities for the community. KREM 2's Christian Garza live in the newsroom tonight with a breakdown of what the outcome of tonight's meeting means for homeowners. Christian?
More than 200 projects and 30 major infrastructure improvements and facilities are in limbo as the school board decides tonight on whether or not to put this bond on the November ballot. A partner initiative with Spokane Parks and Rec, months in the making.
We can do better in Spokane. We don't want to turn kids away.
Is something Superintendent of Spokane Public Schools Dr. Adam Swinyard says will secure space for future opportunities and facilities the community doesn't have right now.
Well, that's probably the biggest demand right now is space. We're out of courts. We're out of play fields.
When the Together Spokane initiative was announced earlier this year, it was explained as a way for these 2 groups to do more with less money. Spokane Parks and Rec is proposing a $240 million 20-year levy that was recently approved by the City Council to be placed on the November ballot. And tonight, the school board will decide whether or not to add a $200 million 5-year bond that will run separately but aligned with Spokane Parks and Rec's levy. During the February announcement, officials said those separate taxes would cost property owners 31 cents per $1,000 of home value. But together, they say it will cost 29 cents and add 30 extra projects that the 2 couldn't do alone.
And so people have an existing bond bill. This adds 2 cents to their existing bond bill.
This proposed initiative will cost Spokane's average homeowner just under $8 in taxes per month. This money will fund projects like an indoor pool with classes for grade school students and a field house with 5 courts for recreational sports in the community. The full list of potential projects and facilities is available for you to see up on our website, krem.com. The school board meeting starts tonight at 6 p.m. We will have a crew there and have an update later tonight on what that November ballot will look like for you at home. In the newsroom, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Christian, thank you very much. Flu season may be considered over, but for Washington State, it was one of the worst in years. The flu season is considered to last from October through April. There were 449 flu-related deaths this season, according to the latest report from the state health department. That is the highest number of deaths in a decade. Many of those deaths happened over the last 2 months. Over the flu season, Washington experienced several outbreaks at long-term care facilities where most of the deaths were reported. All right, time to pause from the headlines to talk weather with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. He is standing by in the Outdoor Weather Center. Jeremy, so far tonight you've avoided the rain out there. Is that still the case?
No rain. If I look off to the west, a couple of clouds not looking as juicy as they were earlier. And if you look up into the mountains, still a little bit of moisture coming down. Temperatures sit right around 60. Made it up to about 61. Then we started to ebb just a little bit with more cloud cover and rain coming down out at the airport as we speak. But not much in the way of moisture. Some activity over in the Cascades. Most of our activity staying up in the higher elevations. You can see a few of those showers that moved through a little bit earlier are now starting to lose some of the energy. A lot of energy when we had all of that thunder and lightning, but as that works its way out, the showers themselves wind up getting lighter. A couple of raindrops out at the airport here at 53 after the hour, but now those showers moving out up to the North Deer Park. I think you get one quick little band here in the next little bit. That should move out as the sun goes down tonight. Then as we move through Thursday, it looks like the day starts out sunny, but we wind up seeing clouds build ahead of a round of rain that returns to the region Friday morning. Widespread rain in eastern Washington and North Idaho keeps temperatures a little bit cooler on Friday. 57, back in the 60s on Saturday, and tomorrow winds up what might be the nicest day of the week, 63 degrees with increasing clouds throughout the day.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in the broadcast. A series of maintenance projects for Post Falls parks and trails begins tomorrow and lasts through June. The maintenance will extend the life of parking lots, trails, and paths to keep them safe and accessible to the public. In total, 6 parking lots and 4 different trails will be worked on tomorrow through June 7th. Parks will remain open, but parking lots, trails, and paths will be temporarily closed during the projects. Park officials say you should plan ahead and follow the signage. A fugitive from Latah County back in North Idaho tonight after being arrested in the country of Georgia. 50-year-old Roddy Wilcox was charged with lewd conduct with a minor under 16 years old. In December of 2023, Wilcox was arrested in Salmon. He posted bond while awaiting for his trial. Wilcox then failed to appear in court for a motion hearing on July of 2024, and an arrest warrant was issued. That's when deputies learned that Wilcox had fled the country. The Latah County Sheriff's Office, county prosecutors, U.S. Marshals Service, and the FBI worked together to track him down. He was arrested by Georgian authorities back in August before he was extradited earlier this week. Washington State Patrol says the bicyclist involved in a crash south of Ford has died. That crash happened yesterday on State Route 231 in Stevens County. Troopers say the bicyclist was trying to cross the highway when he was hit by a car. Troopers are still investigating the crash. Well, we are just getting started here on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. 2 people are dead after an altercation at a South Hill apartment complex. More details coming up after the break. And tonight is Game 4 in the WHL Championship Series between the Medicine Hat Tigers and the Spokane Chiefs. Coming up in the next 10 minutes, we are live at the Spokane Arena with the preview of the big game.